Hey, it's Samantha with William Penn Insurance, and I want to talk about personal finance for just a small amount of time. So maybe you weren't taught personal finance from your parents, or maybe you don't know how to balance a checkbook, and maybe you don't know anything about credit or credit cards. The first step to knowing about it is entrenching yourself in your personal credit, personal finance. Start with your paycheck. Write it down on a calendar. Every 2 weeks, this is your pay. This is your pay. This is your pay. This is your pay. This is what you get paid. And then these days, my bills are due. And it's usually this much for this and this much for this. And then you have it on a calendar, and you can see it, which days it falls and how you're going to make your payments. Then you put it in an Excel spreadsheet for every single month. I can expect these bills and these payments, these bills and these payments. So now you have it on a calendar. You can envision it there. You can envision it in an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe you don't have an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe you need to write it down on paper as income, 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 minus bills, bills, bills. Your own personal profit and loss statement. Income, 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 bills, 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 remainder. Okay? I want you to do this every single day. If you can do an Excel spreadsheet, or maybe you can have like a whiteboard in your house where you have your total debt. Okay, so you owe this much on your mortgage in total, even though you pay this monthly, but you have this total for your expenses as far as your mortgage, your credit cards, your student loans, so you see how much you owe. People are afraid of debt. They're afraid of looking at their problems. But you cannot fix your problems if you don't know them well enough to manage them. So the first step in personal finance is really getting to the nitty gritty. I suggest for you to do a calendar with all your income and expenses every month, an Excel spreadsheet or just a piece of paper showing this is my May, this is my June, this is my July, this is my August, and then a full spread of all your total debts. And every month as they reduce, you reduce them. Okay? Because if you can total up and say, wow, I'm actually $50,000 in credit card debt, that sucks. But you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you are. And that's how I got to the point where I did this so religiously, I could actually do it I can do it now in my head without even writing it down anymore. Like, I literally can do it in my head, and I'm able to manage my money that way. Also, I really recommend you to have, first of all, you should have all your bank accounts on your phone as an app. Each one of them. Okay? And learn them, call them, explain to the people what you want to do, and if they say you can't do that, so what else can I do? Okay? For example, I have a bank in Louisiana, and I have a bank in Pennsylvania. Well, for me to get the money to each other, I have to write checks to myself, and I just take a picture to deposit the check right from the app. Did you know you can do that? I have clients that say, oh man, well, I can't make it to the bank. The bank's closed. They have an ATM. You can deposit cash into that ATM and it's available. Yep. You have to look for solutions for your problems. So if you're trying to understand your personal finance and you want to learn more about controlling it, you have to write it down in 80 different ways so it can just get ingrained up here. And then you can really take hold of your finances. Only way to get out of that cycle is to really understand where you're at, where you want to be, okay? And getting a snapshot of your current balance. And I suggest this in a business as well. You're not good at accounting, you're not good at numbers, you're not good at money. Well, let me tell you, the first thing that you're not going to be good at is business, because that evolves in business. And if you don't know your numbers, you just shove everything to the accountant. How can you say, okay, well, that's what I paid for that a year ago, and this is what it is now, so maybe I need to up my prices and blah, blah, blah. You really need to understand your finances. It's so important in the success of business. If you can't handle money, you really shouldn't be in business at all. So even though I don't want to do accounting for my business because it takes away from what I'm good at, or talking to clients and selling insurance, I need to know my business for the first 1, 2, 3 years. How am I growing? What's my forecast for my expenses? What's my forecast for my income? I have to look at those things, and I type it in every single month. I bust out everything on an Excel spreadsheet down to the nitty gritty. because I need to know my numbers. How can I make informed decisions about my business if I don't know my numbers? How can you make informed decisions about your future if you don't know your personal finance numbers? I think it's a really good idea to have Credit Karma. They've been in business 10 years. Obviously, they know what they're doing as far as, bringing the right information to you. It's the best way to easily calculate what you have going on and to stay on top of it. It may not be as accurate, but there are some really nice features in there as far as doing some disputes to your credit reports for past loans or past, charged off credit, charged off cell phone bills or something. I'm not sure. But there's definitely a lot of tools in there to start learning about your personal finance. Your first step to taking control of your finances is controlling them, looking at them. Look at them in 30 different lights if you have to. Put it on this calendar, put it on that calendar. Every time a bill comes in, write it down. When someone say, oh, I got a bill, say, okay, how am I going to handle this bill? Take everything in, write it down so you can see the numbers make magic. Then make the numbers make magic for you. If you have any questions, give us a call, 717-900-8658. Take control of your finances by taking control of your finances.